Today we're going to talk about the top 5 most powerful offensive spells in Harry Potter in my opinion. If you have a different rankings list, I would love to hear it. Please drop it in the comments below. Number 5 on my list is Sectum Sempra. Specifically, this powerful Dark Curse is ranked as number 5 on my list because how quickly it can be casted against a target and cause so much severe damage. The curse was invented by Severus Snape. It lacerates the target and causes severe hemorrhaging. The only known cure is Vulnera Sanator, which works like a song-like incantation. The Dark Curse that acts like a sword cutting through the target can cause hemorrhaging and even death due to blood loss. A quote from Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, when Harry used it on Draco Malfoy, is as follows. Blood spurted from Malfoy's face and chest as though he had been slashed with an invisible sword. He staggered backward and collapsed onto the waterlogged floor, with a great splash, his wand falling from his limp right hand, slipping and staggering. Harry got to his feet and plunged toward Malfoy, whose face was now shining scarlet, his white hands scrabbling at his blood-soaked chest. Number 4 I ranked was Avada Kedavra, the Killing Curse. And I know you're probably wondering, why did I rank this as number 4 on my list so low? The reason why is because I do believe there's other spells in Harry Potter that can cause massive damage and quickly. The Killing Curse has been known to rupture the internal organs and also has been described as ripping a soul from the body, which is instantly killing the target. Is actually thought to be derived from abracadabra. Number 3 I ranked was Firestorm. Dumbledore actually casted this in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince in the cave with the Inferi. The incantation isn't known, but this was a charm that produced a large ring of fire from around the caster's wand. When the caster moved, the ring of flame would move with them in the same direction, swirling like a flaming lasso. The caster may also shoot jets or balls of flame at individual targets or opponents while the fire was still being produced, which would inflict a small amount of damage on them. The spell Partus Temporis actually would temporarily create a gap in the flames to allow safe passage through. The reason I rank this higher than the other two is because it can be controlled in a quick offensive manner. Also, it can damage large amounts of targets quickly, just like Dumbledore showed in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. A quote from that book is as follows: "But then, through the darkness, fire erupted, crimson and gold, a ring of fire that surrounded the rock so that the Inferi holding Harry so tightly stumbled and faltered. Dumbledore was on his feet again, pale as any of the surrounding Inferi, but taller than any two, the fire dancing in his eyes. His wand was raised like a torch. From its tip emanated the flames, like a vast lasso encircling them all with warmth." Number 2, Fiendfire. Fiendfire was a curse that produced enchanted flames of immense size and heat that were capable of destroying nearly anything in its path. This would take the form of gigantic fiery beasts such as serpents, chimeras, dragons, birds of prey that seek out living targets. The curse was advanced dark magic, and it was one of the few known substances capable of killing Horcruxes. Voldemort himself used this spell in the duel with Dumbledore in the Ministry. Also, Crabbe used it in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. The issue with the spell is that it's very difficult to control, but when it can be controlled, it's a very powerful offensive weapon. Here's a passage from Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. "It was not normal fire. Crabbe had used a curse of which Harry had no knowledge. As they turned a corner, the flames chased them as though they were alive, sentient, intent upon killing them. Now the fire was mutating, forming a gigantic pack of fiery beasts. Flaming serpents, chimeras, and dragons rose and fell and rose again. For that reason, and how much of a mass area it can attack, Fiendfire I put as number 2. Number 1, Protego Diabolica. Protego Diabolica was an incantation of a powerful dark charm that allowed the user to create a protective ring of black fire around them that completely incinerated enemies of the caster who came into contact with it, while leaving their allies unharmed. It's similar to Fiendfire, but it is a different spell. Actually, you can see this spell performed by Gellert Grindelwald in the Crimes Against Grindelwald. Why this is also so powerful is it can be controlled. It can be used like a weapon, and it can even be turned into a fiery winged demon creature or beast. It actually took multiple protagonists to take down this spell, otherwise it was going to consume all of Paris. For that reason, I have to rank Protego Diabolica as my number 1 powerful offensive spell in all of Harry Potter. It's that ring of black fire that can entirely surround the target and can be controlled like a weapon. It almost makes Fiendfire look weak in a way. My list of top 5 most powerful offensive spells in Harry Potter, I have number 5, Sectum Sempra, number 4, Avada Kedavra, number 3, Firestorm, number 2, Fiendfire, and number 1, Protego Diabolica. I would love to hear yours. Drop your rankings of the top 5 most powerful offensive spells in Harry Potter in the comments below. If you would like to know more about these spells, check out the main page on my TikTok, or you can subscribe to Chase and Josh Factor Fantasy Podcast. The link is in the bio, or follow Ridiculous Patronus on YouTube. Thank you, everyone. Have a magical week.